Even though I was the most qualified to be covering this McCheese assassination story. Try getting into the mayor's operating room press lounge with credentials from WSCR-AM. Period. It ain't happening. Ploptown. Center. Colostomy bag strapped to your chest. At that point, I turned my back on journalism, the fickle game that it is, and sunk my teeth into more philanthropic efforts. Poetic parallel?
You're gonna love it tonight.
Poetic parallel? You be the judge. But as the world watched a jet-setting elitist fonduist with a devil-may-care attitude and windswept hair go to work, suturing up a cold-hearted city boss in the tradition of Tweed, Giuliani, and Il Duce, I turned my back on the journalistic game, doffing that career-specific garb and donning the empathic fedora and red flannel of friendship, pointing my rusty shears smack dab into the rear of a tangled-up mess that may not be worthy of rising to the echelon of On the Ball with Dan Fogelberg, but is no less deserving of surgical expertise and journalistic acumen. Now is the time for chunky exposition. We're making up for all of the sloppy sounds and all of the narrative gaps that are all around.
You're right. Looks like we got a situation. I gotta get my trusty rag. Complicated than I thought. It's gonna take a little bit extra this time. What'd I get myself into here?
People get big money doing fonduism overseas, right? The guy is like a special envoy to the United Nations. I'd like to see him take a crack at this. This is what it takes to help people. You're not going to get any accolades or flown in from the Isle of Stromboli. But when it comes down to it, this animal's suffering. And these scissors are the cure.
Oh, dear. Oh, God. Wait, we're performing this surgery right now.
I've seen worse. That ain't nothing. A little bit of cream, a little bit of half and half. It's so easy sometimes.
You might be picking up to what Meringue's doing doesn't make any sense. Well, let me help you out. What he's doing is kind of a metaphorical mess making that then these real life surgeons have to interpret, and they have to actually execute the medical design that he has put forth with his metaphorical mess dance. And these surgeons, legitimate guys, get to wear their standard blue to designate them as cold, controlled executors of hot mess dance. Note he is dressed in red.
Good job, Fogelberg. Alright. I need another Swifter. They're actually called Swiffers. A lot of people don't know this. They call them Swifters because they're swift, you know? They're like Hermes of the cleaning products. You know, you do this enough times, after a while you could start to control your breathing, so you're not actually breathing in and smelling things. The olfactory nerve is a very careful little thing. You gotta have complete control over that. Make sure you can still respirate and get the necessary blood into your, and oxygenate your blood, but without disgusting yourself with the smell. Because you do that, one of these, one false move, you're cutting off a polyp. This dog, poor thing, bleeds to death. And we don't want that to happen. Take a look at what was causing the problem. It's a big clump. We cut it out. One man must do what he can in this world to help others. All right, here we go, Mitzi. We got one more shot. How's it look? You got hemorrhoids too. That's a big problem. You got a mayor down, but one life is not more precious than another life. And you don't have to have a Pulitzer Prize to know that. No, that was a good one. See, she may be shitting now because the warm water that we're using in a little solution of salt could be acting as an enema to relax her bowels. And that's what she wants. She wants to shit freely, and I can't blame her. That's a right that every creature on this planet has. Whether God made you or you were made by some faggoty Frenchman who wanted a cute-looking, nice piece of ass dog. Yeah, great. It's the disco time. There, we see pink parts. On this planet, nothing more. Ew, I touched it with my finger.
Hey, we got a butt. We got a butt.
That looks good. I mean, you know, relatively.
It's better than it was. Let's just put it that way. Now, should we give her a little haircut while we're here? You gotta take a look at these. I could go to jail for that.
The hair was acting as sort of a...
The clumpus area of the poopus area. It's not a pretty haircut, but it's functional. Well, that's all I can do for today. I don't want to...
It's good enough. No.
It's clean. We got a lot of the hair out of there. Mitzi McChipus.
Alright, let me get a garbage bag.
Go with God.
Battle splattered fucking merengue. There's nothing else I can do!
What else can I do?
Oh, man! There's one more thing! One more thing I can do! Let's do it. Bring me the flower. Sorry to do this to you, man. Jeez.
Lousy Mayor McGee's changed all the laws. Made it illegal to minstrel people when you're minstreling them up in their cars. How are people gonna get all slippy and squeaky when they can't get slippy and squeaky inside their brains from what I'm telling them about themselves and their children? Pipe down a plum, you'll have plenty of time to talk when you get to the big house. What are we going to Buter? Yeah, you're going to Buter, alright. Big house Buter upstate.
For over a quarter century, Zancorp has been providing transportation between realms using their revolutionary suckhole network.
Yeah, you're going to Butera. Butera upstate, they tell them. Now we's cutting them potatoes all day. Hey, Pally, not making no friends in the jail. What the fuck?